Welcome to Core Strong. You know, there's a lot of talk out there about your core, and with good reason. When we move from our center, we can move more efficiently and smarter. So today, we're going to strengthen our practice and stabilize our practice by strengthening our core. Let's begin on our mats. You're going to need a block for this practice. So if you don't have one, that's fine. You can grab a pillow, or if you have like one of those squishy balls, that'll be perfect as well. We'll start on our bums with the block in between our inner thighs. If you need, you can kind of reach your hand underneath and roll your inner thighs in. So we want an internal rotation of those inner thighs. And then sit nice and tall, so you should feel kind of that bony part of your bum connect with the mat. Roll the shoulders back and watch you don't overarch, right? You want a nice long spine. If you can, the feet are flat on the mat, and you'll notice my toes aren't facing out. We have a tendency to externally rotate, so I want to cultivate that inner thigh rotation, so when you squeeze the block, you feel a connection to these lower abdominals and your pelvic floor. So take a deep inhale, lift the chest, and as you exhale, curl the spine, scoop the belly, nod the chin, roll back. So you want to feel like you're scooping out the belly. Now as we inhale, roll back up, lift the chest, lift the chin slightly, exhale, chin towards the chest. You want to try to draw your ribs down to your hips and then lift and scoop. Two more like that. Inhale, lift, exhale. Curl the spine. So you don't want to try to stay up. You really want to drop in. Feel this tighten up. One more. Remember to squeeze the block. That's going to help you find this connection to the deeper intrinsic muscles of the low abdomen. Good. Take an inhale. You can release. And then exhale. Control as you roll it all the way back down to the mat, squeezing the block. That's going to help you maintain control. Let's take our legs to tabletop. 90 degrees. So you want your shins parallel to the floor. This doesn't count, and that doesn't either. So right here. And if you need, move away a little bit from the hips, right? And try not to press the low back in the floor. Now, if you do have problems with your low back, you might want to stabilize a little bit more by pressing down. Otherwise, keep the spine neutral. So you should be able to kind of place a finger underneath your low back and then pull your navel back to your spine. And just feel the idea of what we call core bracing. So you're kind of strengthening here just by holding, and don't forget to breathe. You're still breathing in and out the nostrils. Especially on the exhale, squeeze the air out by tightening those abdominals, so we can just use the breath here to create strength. Squeeze that block, slight lift of the pelvic floor, navel to the spine. Now we're going to take our hands behind our head. You can cradle here. And don't think of keeping your elbows out. I know that's a common cue, but here we want to actually draw them in. So you're going to inhale and then exhale, curl up nice and slow. Inhale, but don't pull on the neck. That's the same thing we want to avoid. We don't want to pull here. Exhale, curl the upper abdominals while keeping the lower stable. You can hear my voice shaking. It's really hard to talk and do this at the same time. Inhale down, exhale. Inhale slow. Maintain control, exhale. Doesn't take many of these to feel that center warm up. And exhale. Great job. Take a little break, take the feet down, take a deep breath. Fill the lungs, exhale, tighten everything. Feel like a corset's wrapping around and kind of stabilizing your spine. Let's take a twist here. You're gonna press your elbows down into the mat. You can slide your shoulder blades underneath, but watch you don't pop the ribs out. Keep them pulled in. Inhale here, and then exhale, squeeze the block as you twist the knees to one side. You're not going all the way to the floor. As you inhale, press the bottom inner thigh into the block and the elbow into the mat to engage those abdominals. Good, exhale, other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Keep everything nice and tight. Inhale, try not to lift the opposite elbow off. Everything stays grounded and rooted. One more time each side. Remember to press that bottom inner thigh into the block to help you lift back to center. Good, really nice. Back to center. Excellent job. let's extend the legs out. Hands again behind the head. Now, keep in mind, you can stay here on the mat, okay? You don't have to lift up. If you're coming with me though, take an inhale and exhale, curl up. Now you're gonna maintain that upper body curl as you inhale the legs away and exhale, pull in. You should really feel your lower abdominals. Inhale, extend the legs away, squeeze the block. Exhale, pull in. Just 3 more. Remember, you can always take it back down to the floor. And remember, your options might change day to day. You change day to day. So don't feel that you're stuck in one place just because you were there yesterday. Please use your intuition. Notice how you feel. Good, 1 more, inhale and exhale. Let's curl everything up and release. Whew. Beautiful job. Let's put that block aside. And let's come onto all fours. So just roll over and push ourselves up. Find your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Roll your shoulders back a couple times, maybe take some dips with the chest. And then find neutral. Slightly engage the abdominals. Inhale, lift the heart without over dipping the back. So just think of pulling forward more than dropping down. As you exhale, imagine a string is tacked to your belly button. You're gonna move back from your center, just like I mentioned in the introduction. So instead of pushing from your hands and your feet, can you lift from your belly as you inhale? And then draw back, tail slightly curled in, chin towards the chest. Feel this move you back. Just 2 more like that. Remember, one of the key, if not the key, to yoga is moving with the breath. Again, for every breath, there's a corresponding movement. Wonderful, let's come back to all fours. Good, and let's extend one leg behind us. Engage the glute. And just feel this kind of connection right here as you press down through the fingertips. You're gonna roll open. You're gonna see my back first. So as I roll open, outer edge of the back foot onto the mat, and just take this side plank variation. Keeping the abdominals engaged, feel your spine lengthen, your tail moves towards your heels. And if you'd like, you can play with kind of lifting off for a second. Woo! If you want to keep going, you can take it to a side reach to the other side, and then control as you come back down to the mat. Or just hold it here and breathe. So either option is perfect for where you are. Let's just try one more if you're moving. If not, just hold and maybe just play with lifting off a little bit or coming all the way up. And then we'll rotate back. Excellent job. Let's take the other leg behind us. Press into the toes. Reach that leg away. Find some length, pull the belly in, find that core connection first, and then bring that hand under the face. You can kickstand this leg back. That's gonna help you find support and roll open. Outer edge of the back foot on the floor. So notice the line of this leg. So it's not here. You really wanna try to press away to create length in the spine and stability in the core. If you want, even play with where this hand goes, right? If you want more stretch. But again, you're holding yourself from right here. Ta-da! Let's play with it, either a little lift off or a side bend. You might notice you have kind of different strengths on each side. Totally normal. We're all a little bit crooked, right? And that just comes from our daily habits, how we walk, where we carry our weights, where we carry our purse or our babies. And just take one deep breath here, finding your center. And then we'll return back to all fours. Take an inhale and exhale, downward facing dog. Let's just adjust the spine, even it out, since we kind of did a uneven pose on one side and then the other, so just adjust. Then it doesn't matter which leg. When you're ready, on an exhale, draw your knee to your nose. So see if you can scoop the belly and step the foot through. That's going to come from strength in the core. Outer edge of the back foot on the mat. And we'll open up here into our side angle pose, our Parsvottanasana, right? You want to feel, though, that you're not dumping down into the legs. There should be a lightness off the hips because of this stability here. And we're going to work with that lift here and that release back down. Now, if you'd like, the forearm can come to the knee or the thigh. That's a really nice option. Think of, again, moving from your center, keeping that core braced. And this is going to prepare us for our next posture, half moon. So play with this, okay? Don't feel like you have to nail it. You're gonna bring your top hand to your hip, look down, and extend beyond these front toes, right? So this hand is gonna come kind of outside the pinky toe press. Huge core here. This is what's gonna hold you. So glance down, and if you feel like that core is centered and strong, you can begin to tilt your gaze up or lift the top arm, okay? These are all different options. Again, as you get stronger, you take what you can. You can maybe lift that leg a little higher, pull the belly in, and here's where I'm gonna really challenge your core strength. Bend that front knee. I'd like to now point this foot to direct it out, pull it away as I lift up and gently step back into warrior two. Okay, if you fall, it's no big deal. Laugh it off, just get back up, right? You just get back on the horse. It's yoga, it's not that deep. You know, we're just having some fun. So find your core stability, inhale, and as you exhale, we'll spiral it down and around, downward facing dog. Let it out the mouth. We tend to hold our breath in some of those postures. So the idea is to keep it smooth and deep. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. So when you're ready, inhale. And as you exhale, first, curl the tail, scoop the belly, make some space for that foot to step through. That's gonna take some practice, you'll get there. And then you're gonna spiral down the back foot, outer edge, and make sure this heel is in line with the midline of the back foot. And then kind of peel the chest open for Parsvottanasana or side angle. You can use this arm as a guideline for that hip to open up. So this knee is between the second and the third toe, or again, come here. And let's come up and extend back out. Arm to the thigh or down to the floor, wherever you're comfortable. Inhale up. You can straighten that knee or keep it bent, up to you. We just want to dynamically move in and out of it for a second to create some strength in the back as well. So these muscles help pull us up, which is also part of our core. Remember, our core is not just our abdominals. And now we're going to shift into that half moon pose. So you'll find more stability. That hand can come to the hip, and balance the stronger that core is. You can stay here, play with the leg height, strengthen the hips here as well. Part of the core. Look up if it's in your practice today. Lift the arm if it's in your practice. Don't forget to breathe. Find your steady, find your center. Gaze at one point. Be strong and stable. When you're ready, look down, bend that front knee, point the foot back, and as gently as you can, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, spiral down and around. Let's step it back one more time, down dog to adjust the spine. And when you're ready, inhale to your knees. And let's take one child's pose again, pulling from the navel, exhale. That should feel really nice on the low back, so let's do one more, just for extra. Just to connect with the breath again, finish strong.
roll it up.
Great job. Thanks for joining me.